Hi, I'm DJ Rap, also known as Teresa Severio, and I believe I started off producing, then DJing, and have now moved into acting, and I'm getting ready to perform with my band tonight. I would say that this whole thing started probably when I was about 5, embarrassingly enough, singing in front of the mirror with the hairbrush, that kind of thing, like, you know, Vogue, and then just like basically Beethoven. I was mad on piano, and I became a Beethoven freak, so I started taking the piano, which is where I started training, and developed a love for music. But because I was in a convent for many years, which explains so much, I didn't actually hear any music until MTV came about, and which the first record being Smells Like Teen Spirit. The producing and the DJing all happen in a beautiful, accidental way. And you know, when you're working with the best, like the male DJs that I work with, they're so great. None of them just DJ, they all engineer and produce, and it was like, well, if you're gonna be good, you better learn to rock it the same way these guys do. So that's kind of where the inspiration came from them, from watching people just being really great at their craft and being obsessed by it, and I find that a huge turn on. I think that there comes a point in everyone's career where they're just doing the same thing, and you need to challenge yourself. So for me, it was like, it's very easy to go on the road, just do gigs, but you know, Learning Curve, which was my last record with Columbia, did really well, and it took a long time to recover from that whole process, and because it's an insane amount of press and work and very little music. And so immediately after that record, I really wanted to get back to DJing and get back to the underground and the grassroots, and just put out CDs, and I did that. I did a bunch of like Up All Night, Bulletproof, and just get back to drum and bass and house, and because otherwise I think people just think you've just abandoned them in a way, and I've never abandoned any style. I like it all. And then I think I started doing some private piano shows. I did a show for Francis Ford Coppola, and just started testing out these songs that I've been writing over the last 5 years. And then I did a show at the Belly Up with a band, and it just went very well. And so I then decided to take it a step further and actually start producing this record now. So, you know, it's definitely not as comforting. It's such a head-mind explosion. It's like, it's so much work. It's so much easier to be a DJ. I can't even begin to tell you that it's a real pain in the buttocks. And it's just but that's what I love about it. The drama, the challenging. It's just like, you know, honestly, it's not easy, and I think that's what attracts me to it. And when it's a good show, it's the best feeling in the world. So. And that what's really difficult though with the DJing is that you're used to people going, rah, you know, and jumping around and getting naked and having orgies in front of you, and yeah, that doesn't happen so much with the live. But I am working on it. Under here I have a really sexy bra. The new album is called Synthesis, which is a blend of electronica and live. So what I am trying to do is fuse. What I really love is rock, I love classical, and of course I love electronica. So it's not as easy as people think, making all these things blend with very, and I'll say commercial songs, because I want to eventually play to you know, more than 4 people, so I'd like them to be popular. So it's a tricky thing, making a record that will get radio play in this country and globally, but make it still electronic enough that my fans realize where I've come from, where I'm trying to go, and where I'm at. You know, you have to do something that's yours and own it. So that's really what this record is about, is an exploration in sound and fusion, but with commercial songs. It helps me in many ways. The production is helped by the fact that I DJ. You know, I can make a record in my studio and see the reaction, whether it works, whether it doesn't work, what parts are falling, what parts aren't. The live thing is way more personal, which is a fantastic, intimate experience with the crowd, because you're singing personal lyrics, and acting is just gut-wrenchingly gorgeous, and I love that. I love all of it. I love it all. We're gonna have a good time. We're rehearsed, we're prepared, so we'll see what happens. But I mean, you know, I've played the Belly Up a few times now, and we've also got the Tiesto show as well that I'm doing. So this is kind of a home from home, and a great place to test stuff out, because it's a beautiful venue. It's small and intimate, and you know, it's pretty much where I think people are made and created. So for me, it's a privilege. It's awesome. What's next? Let me think. You know, I've got some more acting projects, some more films coming up, which I'm really excited about. And the movie I just did, where I played the lead, is coming out next year and scored that, so that'll be good. And I think what's next is probably a little less of the DJing, more focus on the label. I have 2 labels, Proper Talent and Improper Talent, with 12 artists. A lot more focus on the label because I'm self-releasing my record on my label. So it's going to be a lot of business this year and hopefully a lot of touring. But I'll be DJing whenever I get the right gig. I'm just going to be uber fussy about where I'm at. So, everything continues until I die. What else? Oh yeah, go to the website, djrap.com, and I really hope people just enjoy the record. That's all you can hope for.